Police pull over a drunk driver only to have their vehicle struck, but yet another drunk by yet another drunk driver. But it is just one of the cases that we want to discuss with Chief Peter Newsham, joining us now from Prince William County. Welcome back, Chief. How are you?
Good, Michelle. Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm doing well. So describe this to us. It's, according to the police report, described as a chain reaction crash. Fortunately, no officers were hurt. Walk us through what happened.
So, it kind of illustrates how dangerous this job can be. And, when our officers are out there on traffic stops, it can be particularly dangerous. So we have some officers out there, and they have a driver who's stopped, and there's some indication that the driver is impaired. So they're going through the normal tests that you would do under those circumstances. Another driver comes along. The driver strikes the vehicles. You can see the damage in those images. Thankfully, nobody was injured. But at the end of the day, we ended up with 2 DUI arrests. And so, the things that I think about when I see something like this happen is the danger that law enforcement faces on, a run-of-the-mill traffic stop. And then the second thing is this, driving while impaired, and how dangerous that can actually be. And, I think about it in today's day and age with all of the availability of rideshare, particularly in this region. There's really no excuse for getting behind the wheel after you've had a drink or two. If you go somewhere and you take your vehicle and you decide you're going to have a couple of drinks, it's going to save you a ton of money just to call that ride share and get a ride home, come get your car the next day. I can't emphasize that enough. So, please, we're going to continue to conduct these sobriety checkpoints throughout the summer months. And we don't do it because we like arresting people, but we do it to make sure that our roads are safe. And so hopefully some people will take a look at this particular event and they'll decide, as opposed to getting behind the wheel after having a couple of drinks, that they will call a ride share, get home safely, and in all likelihood save themselves the trouble of being arrested, but also the cost associated with that.
And the driver survived that crash, or were there any other injuries on the road?
Thankfully, there were no injuries in this case. Yep.
Okay. And turning to another case here, we recently reported on the arrest of a Woodbridge man accused of sexually assaulting a boy on a basketball court. Do you believe there may be more victims out there?
You never know with a case like this. We're hopeful that there aren't. We were very fortunate in this case that, our officers were able to quickly make an arrest. I see you have an image up there on the scene of the suspect in this case. And so if anybody has seen, a similar incident, I hope that they would reach out to us so we can follow up on that. If you're a parent and you see something like that, that can be, very, very scary to know that your child is out there and some adult is taking advantage of them in this way. So I'm glad to see there was an arrest, and just put a little alert out there to the community. If this guy looks familiar, you think something may have happened with one of your children, let us know, and I can tell you 100% we'll follow up on it.
And to be clear, he has no connection to the school, as you have uncovered at this time.
Nothing associated with the school. That's correct.
Okay. And let's talk a little bit about summer recruitment. We know there's a recruitment fair actually going on right now. What are some of the incentives that set your agency apart from others?
Well, the number one thing I will say is you get to work here in Prince William County, and we really, I've been out here a little over 5 years now. I can't tell you how impressed I am with this agency. The level of support that we get from our elected leaders, and then really the level of support that we get from the community that we serve. Those are kind of the intangibles. When you talk about the tangibles, we are continuing to offer a $10,000 signing bonus. Our salary, as of July 1st, our starting salary is $74,000 a year. So if you want to work at a great police department, great reputation, with elected leaders and a community that supports you, and you want to make a decent living, and I got to tell you, I tell everybody this, I repeat this over and over again. I started this work in 1989. From the very first day that I walked into the academy until today, I've really, really loved the work. And so if you want to get involved in a profession where you can help people, a profession that's rewarding, this is the place to be. So if you're so inclined, now's the time. In fact, like you mentioned, over at the DC Armory today, we have some recruiters at a job fair. So if you want to learn a little bit more about us, you can either head over there before 2 o'clock today or check us out on our website.
All right, a great way to serve your community. Prince William County Police Chief Peter Newsham, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yep, thank you. Take care.
You